Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your front gear derailleur. So we're going to remove the existing cable, chuck a new one in, calibrate it so everything is working perfectly fine. But the first thing you need to do obviously is to remove your cable, but make sure that your cable isn't internally routed, as in going inside the frame. If it is actually moving along the inside of your frame, there's a chance you could lose the cable inside. So have a look at the other video on my channel. Just search for internally routed cables, and I will take you through the process to do that so that you don't lose the cable and have troubles fitting the new one. Otherwise, you can just crack on and get straight to work. So in this case, it's a 9mm nut. Sometimes it's a hex or Allen key bolt. You don't want to remove it entirely, just enough so that your cable can be released. Now, on a lot of bikes, you have outer cables. Outer cables are brilliant because they are what the internal cables channel through, but what you don't want to do is put all of this cable through the outer. So I'm just going to take us over here. For those of you who are seasick, my extreme apologies. Okay, here we go. Boom. So this is an outer cable right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the cable here. And that just means we're not going to be putting all of this through the cable here and potentially getting loads of crap and gunk held inside. So that's been trimmed there. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the shifter and pull the other end of the cable all the way through. Now, every gear shifter is different, but works to the same principle. You need to be able to get your gear cable out. This particular type, the Shimano Alivio series, is really helpful because there's a weatherproof cap, which in this case is a Phillips head or crosshead bolt, and this cap comes out relatively easily, hopefully without dropping it, and that then exposes the entrance port for the cable. Because we've trimmed that cable already, we can just push the cable through, and if you're in gear 1, then that's going to go through nicely. If you're finding resistance, then it's because you haven't clicked down to gear 1. But there we go, all the way through, job done. Inside information, the reason it's gear 1 is because that's removing all tension to the cable. If you were working on your other shifter, traditionally, so the 7, 8, 9 or more gears on your right-hand shifter, then you would have to go to the biggest number, because again, that takes things to the smallest sprocket, the smallest cog, with the least resistance on the cable. Anyway, now that cable's out, we can chuck a new one in. So when it comes to putting the cable through, it's really quite an easy process. If you're finding a bit of resistance or finding it a bit difficult perhaps, one thing you can do is to remove the outer cable from the exit point of the gear shifter, which will present to you a little bit of daylight for you to see through the entrance hole and just help you guide that cable through a little bit. It's got to get through one of the smallest of holes inside the entrance point, which I'm going to move with my camera. There we go. With a bit of jiggery pokery, you'll get that through, no problem at all. Once that's through, you can then feed it through your outer cable and channel it all the way down to your derailleur. Just make sure the nipple of your cable is properly seated, because as you pull, you'll find resistance often and you'll think that's it. But if we look around here, you'll see that it hasn't completely settled. So one way is to just make sure it goes all the way in. You could also shift up a gear, maybe go up to 2, and you should have the cable put against your thumb and finger if you're holding it at the exit point near the outer cable. And then just also click down again to 1, just to make sure that cable is properly seated inside the shifter. And then of course you're going to need to channel your cable underneath the bottom bracket and up through the plastic guide so that the cable comes back to at the start where you first cut it by the derailleur. Now there's every possibility you've looked at the video so far thinking, Matt, I know all of that, it's this part that I'm struggling with, I just can't get the cable to be the right tension. Well, you would be right, because there's not as much opportunity to trim the gears backwards and forwards for a front derailleur. The rear derailleurs often have a barrel adjuster both at the shifter end and the derailleur end. On this occasion, you only have adjustments from a barrel adjuster at the gear shifter, sometimes none at all. So sometimes you've got to get it bang on perfect, often with a road bike, but never fear, because we're going to sort you out right now. Best thing to do is to get your rear gears into gear 1. The reason for that then is you know that your chain is going to be closest to the wheel as possible, and you'll be eliminating that scraping of the derailleur here. Before you do anything else, before you attach the cable, what you need to do is to adjust your high and low limit screws. Actually, just your low one for now. It will say L. And if I just bring the camera around just briefly, you will see here we've got 2 screws, and they're denoted with an L and a H. If they're not denoted, it's not a problem. You might just need to bend over a little bit and look at where those 2 bolts meet a stop point on your derailleur. And basically what they do is they stop this derailleur traveling too far beyond gear 2 or 3, and also too far beyond gear 1. And so find out which one is your L. For me, it's the one closest to the frame. It's out of sight of the camera, but you can see it's there. Now, as I release it, go anti-clockwise, you will see this hopefully moving towards the frame. Just have a look at this arm. Can you see it moving? Of course you can. Now that's great, because it means we get a gap then between the chain here and the furthest point of the derailleur guide. So that means you won't get any scraping. However, if it does go too far, there's every likelihood that the chain is going to come off gear 1 and get caught in the frame. And you can see some scrape marks down here where that's possibly happened before. So you've got to find a sweet spot. Again, we haven't attached the cable just yet. So what you want to do is to tighten this so much so that the derailleur arm almost touches the chain, but not quite. That's why it's important you are in gear 1 at the wheel end, if you like. So there's no scraping going on there, and there's only maybe 2 or 3 mil away. So I would say that's perfectly trimmed. Don't worry about trimming out the H screw yet for the outer chain ring nearest the camera. We'll sort that out some other time. What we can do now then is attach the cable, but as you may well already know, it's very difficult to get the right tension, as I mentioned a moment ago, because if you don't have the right tension, then you're not going to be able to change gears to 2 and potentially 3. So here is my multi-million-pound tool that I use to fix the problem. Are you ready for this? It is actually a rubber device which is available in most workshops and garages, and that is the handle of a pair of pliers, or actually whatever you want. What I need to do is to stick whatever it is rubber and available within reason just between the derailleur arm and the frame, just to stop that derailleur going to its absolute limit that we've just screwed. So you know we use that limit screw. I'm going to open this up, just pop that in there, and that's just held things out slightly. At the same time, I'm going to go to the barrel adjuster, and I'm going to make sure that the barrel adjuster is screwed all the way in, as you can see in the image on the screen. And once it's all the way in, I'm going to back off a full turn. What that will do then is give us a little bit of play, a little bit of movement for the cable right at the end. Now we've done both of those things, we can attach the cable. And you can see we can pull all the slack out. And with the slack pulled out, I'm still putting quite hard on my thumb and finger here. We are going to tighten this cable. There we go. That's the cable nice and tight. Don't worry about the slack just yet. What we're going to do now is we're going to remove these multi-million-pound derailleur adjustment devices. There we go. And it might be we have some scraping now, because it might be that those pliers held the derailleur too far towards the camera and eliminated that 2 or 3 mil gap I spoke about earlier on. Let's see if there's any scraping. There it is. Can you hear it? Very slight scraping of the chain touching this derailleur. Not a problem, because you remember a moment ago we played around with the barrel adjuster. If I now turn that barrel adjuster clockwise, so I'm going to be going in righty-tighty, you might see just slightly this derailleur moving away. And that's going to get rid of the scraping. And I think we are in business. And that means we're there. We can trim the cable. We can pop on a protective cap on the end to make sure the cable doesn't fray. And then you can get yourself a nice expensive pair of crimpers or really cheap wire cutters that do exactly the same job for a lot less. And that is it, guys. Now obviously you want to be able to check that the cable shifts nicely into 2 and then 3. Once you get to 3, make sure that your gear shifter won't take you beyond the 3rd cog. Easy way to do that is by putting some tension onto your shifter to try and get into gear 4, if you like. If this derailleur starts to move a fair bit, then get your screwdriver again, and the same way that you adjusted your L screw to stop it going beyond the low point, you now need to tighten in your H screw to make sure you take out that extra slack, as if, like I say, you're going into gear 4 or 3 if you have 2 chain rings, just to prevent the chain sliding off the end of the chain ring at some point. Other than that, we are there. We are job done. You now know how to set up your front gear derailleur from start to finish, even including removing the old cable and fitting a new one. There isn't really much else to say other than if you're struggling a little bit with changing gears backwards and forwards, then yeah, you might need to adjust that barrel adjuster. At the worst case scenario, you might have to take yourself back to one, loosen this nut and use your multi-million-pound rubber device to potentially trim things out one way or the other a little bit. But as you've seen for us, it worked first time. It should work first time for you. Don't go to the mechanic. Don't spend loads of money on them. Spend a few quid on a bunch of cheap tools and you can look after your bike yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me if you do that. It makes uploading the videos worthwhile. And we shall see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.